This is Mehul Mehta and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I want to specifically talk about how you can make a strong statement of purpose. So if you're someone who's planning for masters in quantitative finance, then this video is for you. So now the question is, how can you make a strong statement of purpose? First, I would like to tell you how a statement of purpose should look like, be it any masters you are applying, but specifically let's target masters in quantitative finance. So, see, whenever you start your statement of purpose, the first paragraph should be your motivation, or it can be your introduction. So, mostly, what I see is it's like the first paragraph should be motivation, like what motivated you, to pursue a master's, or what motivated you towards quantitative finance. Now, the motivation can be through anything. It can be that you went to a webinar on quant finance and that's what motivated you, right? Or you went for any competition, quant competition, and that's what motivated you. Or you were heavily involved into the financial markets and that's what motivates you. So the motivation can be anything, but make sure you start your paragraph. The first paragraph should be your motivation, what motivated you, and that's why, after writing your motivation you should end with, and that's what, because I'm so much motivated towards this field, and that's why I'm really passionate about pursuing masters in quant finance, or pursue or definitely passionate about this field of quant finance. So that should be your first paragraph. Then coming on to your second, third, or fourth paragraph, or you can say your second and third paragraph should be your academic background. uh, I see like most of the students, they do not understand, but in US they definitely consider, or they definitely give a lot of importance to your academic background. So make sure, like, whenever you are writing your academic background, make sure to highlight subjects which you have taken in mathematics, statistics, programming. These are so important, I cannot tell you, because when I speak to different program directors here in the US, that's what they mention every time I speak to them. That is the only thing that they mention, that we are looking for students who come with a relevant education background. So I did ask him, what do you mean by relevant? And that's where they said that, oh, they should have studied mathematical pieces, or mathematics, statistics, and programming, and that's what makes them a well-rounded candidate for a master's in quantitative finance. So now what you can do is either write the courses you have studied, or if you have done any projects in those courses, mention that. These are, small and important stuff to write in your SOP. So your second and the third paragraph in your SOP should be all about your academic pursuit, or your academic journey. Then your fourth and the fifth paragraph, right? Or fourth, if you have if so so a lot of students do work for any internship, or they have graduated from their undergraduate degree and now they're working full time, right? So if you are someone like that, make sure you add like two paragraphs on what you are working on, and how does that relate to the field of quantitative finance. Even if it does not relate, let's say you're working in a very different field altogether, but make sure write certain elements of it, right? Or something that resonates with the field of quantitative finance, because that is very important. So if you are a student, right, you can always say that, oh, I was interning at X. So let's say you interned at XYZ place, right? And then you can always mention that, okay, I was interning at this place, and I was working on these projects, and that's what I learned from these projects, right? And that's how this everything resonates, with the field of quantitative finance. I know a lot of students have not do not come from a quantitative finance background, and they always think what to write, right? In your SOP, what should we write? See, the thing that you should always focus on is projects. Make sure you have a lot of projects. You do a lot of projects and have those included in your SOP. See, just imagine if you are coming for a master's in quantitative finance. At least, let's say if I'm the program director, right? I would at least look some element that your profile has related to quantitative finance, right? It can be anything. It can be your academic projects, it can be your research papers related to quant finance, it can be any internships, any full-time role you are working on. Something should be related to quantitative finance. I understand if you are a student and if you are applying, you might not have internships or full-time roles, but at least you can have academic projects, right? That's what you can do. So make sure that at least whenever you write your SOP, have certain elements of quantitative finance in your SOP. So your fourth and fifth paragraph should be about your academic experience, or sorry, should be about your working experience. And then sixth and seventh paragraph should be about why this university, or why masters in quant finance in United States. So you need to mention, you make sure, like, let's say, I'll give you one example. So North Carolina State University, their program is inclined to risk management, and so quantitative and risk management. And most of the seniors that they graduate, if you see, almost 70 to 80% actually work into the domain of risk management. So if you say that, okay, I want to, work into risk management, and NC State is the best university for pursuing a field in risk management, the director knows that you have done your research well. So make sure whatever university you're applying to, do some research, write certain professor's name, like, I want to work with this professor on this topic, right? Or something that should resonate, right? So make sure whenever you are writing why this university, take out certain elements. Let's say you are applying for any university in New York, right? So you should definitely say that, okay, New York offers a vibrant community of quants, and the alumni network will definitely help you in the future. See, everyone knows that if you're working in New York, you have you have a better job opportunities, right? So you should always mention that in your long term perspective, it will help you. Also, make sure you write the short term goals and the long term goals in your SOP. It is very, very important. See, just imagine you are writing your own story, right? It's everything should be in a story format. So when someone reads it, it should be, everything should come more of a story, right? So always write that, okay, after pursuing this master's degree, what are your short term and your long term goals? Because that is very important. So it can be as simple as, okay, my short term goal is to work as a quant developer at a high frequency trading firm. 5 years down the line, when I have gained good amount of working experience, I do intend to it can be, I do intend to open my own HFT firm, or I do intend to lead a bunch of quant developers and guide their career path. It can be anything, or it can be as simple as working as a, I don't know, I mean, just make something up. And even if you have not decided, it is totally fine, just write something. Point I'm trying to say is, it people here, they really want you to be super laser focused, right? It's fine if you're not laser focused, it's totally fine. I was also not one of them, but to portray that yes, you know what you want to do, that is something that really helps your profile, or that really helps make your profile much better. Also, I would say that when someone reads your SOP, the person should feel like you are good with mathematics, statistics, programming. So these are the three key element. If you see quantitative finance, it is a discipline made up of five different pillars: mathematics, statistics, programming, finance, and economics. Most of the engineers, they do not they lack with finance and economics. That is totally fine. You can learn finance and economics when you come to the US, but at least focus on mathematics, statistics, and programming. Show that you are the best of the best, you are the creamiest of the creamiest. When it comes to programming, you know everything. I mean, I know you can't know everything, but point I'm trying to say is, you have to sell your story. Getting, see, all these universities, they get like more than 1,000 plus applicants, right? And even if you see the batch size, it's like, I know, NC State batch, North Carolina State University, from where I graduated, the batch size is hardly 40, and they get like so many applicants. So they know that they will be selecting best of the best. So you need to make sure that when you write your SOP, or when you create your SOP, it should come out as very strong SOP. So make sure your focus should be on mathematics, statistics, and programming, because these are the solid foundation for any quant finance masters. Even if you don't know finance, that is totally fine. Most of the engineers do not come from a financial background and they have never studied finance, and that is totally fine. But at least have certain finance related projects in your resume. And when I say finance, I do not mean financial modeling, I mean quant modeling. Quant modeling is very different from financial modeling. I'm not talking about creating a DCF valuation model. No, not like that. If you really want to include, or if you want certain suggestions of the project that you can have in your resume is, let's say, pricing European option using Black-Scholes method and Monte Carlo method, or even Heston model using Heston model, or you can add a bunch of stochastic volatility models or stochastic interest rate models or pricing interest rate derivatives. Maybe it can be caps or floors, or modeling yield curves, or value at risk modeling. There are so many projects you can go and research by yourself, like what to include. But make sure whatever you include, you should know that, because sometimes the university do call you for interviews, and if you are called for interviews and if you do not know what you have written, that is a bad sign. Okay, so making sure what you write, it is totally fine if you don't know, but at least go and study that. See, I'll be honest with you, not everyone will write everything 100% correct, and this is not, we are not living in an ideal world. So what you can do is you can write, but you study at the same time. And no one will tell you this to do this, but everyone does this. Everyone tries to write things, if they have done 50%, they'll show they have done 100%. And I understand why people do that, because they need admission. They do not want to waste their 1 year of life, right? So it's totally fine, but I hope this video makes sense to you. Make sure when you're writing your SOP, mathematics, statistics, programming, this should strongly come out from your resume, from your SOP. Finance and economics, if you have done, that is great. Please try to include those in your SOP. If you're coming from, so if you're coming from BCom background or a BBA background, I understand you might not have mathematics, statistics, and programming. What you can do is you can do a lot of courses on Coursera. So if you go on Coursera, you will find courses on linear algebra, probability theory, calculus level 1, level 2, numerical methods. Go look out for them and do these courses. Have those in your SOP. Just say something like, okay, because I come from a commerce background, so mathematical pieces, mathematical subjects is something that are not taught in the bachelor's degree. But because I'm so curious about the mathematical world, or you can always say that I love mathematics, and that's why I went ahead and learned all this XYZ subjects. And try to include those in your SOP. So there are a lot of mathematical courses, programming courses on Coursera. You can apply for financial aid and you can get all those courses for free. You do not need to pay that. I highly recommend go for financial aid. It will help you get everything for free, and complete those and include those in your SOP. That will make your SOP really strong. So I hope this video helps you. If you need any help, please put your doubts in the comment box and I'll be more than happy to answer that. All the best.